Okay, so we have another depreciation problem here. This time we're asked to use the units of activity method. Similar information we got under straight line. Morgana Film Productions purchased a copier. This time it had a cost of $11,000 with a residual of $1,000. Useful life 5 years or 100,000 copies. And it tells us how many copies they made in 2011 and in 2012. And we do need to know that under the units of activity method. So I prepared a little Excel spreadsheet to hopefully help us do all the calculations and save a little time. So under the units of activity method, the first thing we have to do is calculate a depreciable cost per unit. And the way that we calculate that is very similar to actually what we did under straight line, only this time we want to use the total expected activity in terms of units instead of time, in terms of years. But we still start with the same numerator, which is cost. In this case, oops, not equals, well, I guess 11,000 was our cost. And then the residual was $1,000, what we expect to get for that piece of equipment after its useful life. So we will take cost minus residual. And we want to take all of that over expected level of activity. In this case, the expected level of activity is 100,000 copies. So they're making it nice and easy on me. 100,000 copies. So 10,000 divided by 100,000 is going to be what? Is it 10 cents? Let's see. 10,000 divided by the 100,000. So a depreciable cost per unit of 0.1 or 10 cents. So we're going to take that depreciable cost per unit, 10 cents for every copy made, and let's see how many copies they made in 2015. Well, they made 15,000 copies. So we'll take that 10 cents, multiply it times the number of copies that was actually ran during the year. That's $1,500 worth of depreciation in that particular year. I don't need all of this. Let's get rid of that. Clear contents. Okay. Let's do the same thing now in year 2. We've got that depreciable cost per unit. I will carry this down, but we need to change the amount to 11,000 copies in 2012. So that gives me $1,100 worth of depreciation. And again, my accumulated is just all my depreciation that's been incurred to date. So I add those two together, I get $2,600. It also asks for book value, cost minus accumulated depreciation. Well, my cost was $11,000. My accumulated depreciation, the 2 years worth, is $2,600. If I take the $11,000 minus the $2,600, I'm going to get to $8,400. So I need to plug all that in to my open math. And let's see, the easiest thing to do is to move that because it doesn't like when I show it. So 1,500 in 2011, 1,100 in 2012. Accumulated depreciation, if I add those two numbers together, is 26. And so my ending book value, cost minus 2,600, should be $8,400.